Happy Monday, Soul Tribe. It is Intuitive Energy Guide, Clairvoyant and Source Energy Channel, Kathy Weiss here. Welcome to your weekly energy reading. This is your energy reading for the week of September 16th through the 22nd, 2019. Whether you're watching this live or later, such a fabulous easy, groovy week we've got going on. And if you happen to come across this video even after September 22nd, 2019, just know that there is something in here you need to hear. And so you should stick with it even if it isn't the week we're addressing right now. Hey, Kayla, nice to see you. So just like Kayla popped in and said hi, you are welcome to say hello or ask questions or shoot your comments down there. And again, whether you're watching live or later, I will do my very best to make sure that I answer your questions or respond to you with what's going on. So something cool before we get into what's happening this week. A lot of people lately have been asking, what is a source energy channel anyway, Kathy? And I kept saying, like, the answer's coming, the answer's coming. Today, I'm going to give you like a brief explanation of it. And then probably what will happen is I'll reiterate and add on to it in the coming weeks. But first, source energy is that thing that we all come from. It's the thing that makes us all one. I like to call it the cosmic jellyfish. It's just whatever that higher thing that's greater than all of us. I think of it as this vast, glowing field of pure light, pure positive energy, pure love. And each of us is a tentacle of that cosmic jellyfish. We're each an expression of the universe bursting forth through us as us. And I like to think of like just the same way your pinky finger and your lungs are a part of your body. They're serving two vastly different purposes. So that's the same with each of us humans. We are all a part of source energy, but each of us is serving a vastly different purpose. Now, hey Joy, nice to see you. Now, because we're all always connected to source energy, we actually are all source energy. We all have the ability to hear messages for ourselves, but for whatever reason, and guys, myself included, there are times when I cannot hear the messages meant for me, but we're always receiving messages. Sometimes we can hear them and act on them, and other times it's a struggle. So as a source energy channel, one of the things that I have the natural gift and ability to do is hear the messages that are meant for you when, for whatever reason, you're unable to hear them, or maybe you just need affirmation, like, is this what I'm really hearing? And I can listen in and affirm that for you. The other way that I work as a source energy channel right now is that I also receive messages that are meant for lots of people. I call them universal messages, and that means that anybody who hears them through these live videos on my Instagram feed, on YouTube, those places, that the messages are meant for whoever hears them, including you, if you're watching this message. And that part for me is part of something that I'm experiencing, which is my life obligation contract, where part of my soul's purpose for this duration of time is to deliver the messages when they get sent to me, or sometimes they get sent to me in advance, and my job is to deliver them on the assigned date. And that's a lot about what these weekly energy readings are about. This is about me delivering messages and information that's meant for all of you whenever you hear or watch the video. So that's like in a nutshell what a source energy channel is. If you have more questions or comments about it, pop them down there. And also know, coming up in the first week of November, if you're really curious or you want to meet other source energy channels, I am one of 22 presenters for the Global Channeling Summit, and I'll be for sure sending you lots of information about that before it starts. So pop into my newsletter if you aren't signed up yet. Hit me up down here or go over to kathy-weiss.com to get signed up so you get that info. But let's get into this week's energy reading. I am so stoked this week, you guys. I'm having a clairvoyant image to interpreting. Oh, thank you, Kayla. I'm having a clairvoyant image to interpret the energy this week. So I see this blank white screen and I see you walking. And so it's like you're walking forward and the screen is over here on your left hand side. And it's a little bit like maybe you've seen in a movie or a cartoon where the character or the person is walking, but it doesn't seem like they're moving forward. It's more like the screen is moving past. And this screen is just blank for like as far as I can see on either side right now, and you're hanging out in front of it. And what's going on is, so we've had this, maybe you don't know if this is the first time you've tuned in. We went through a massive energy shift of change. We got a little bit funky and weird because of that. And then we got this like huge propulsion forward, and we've just landed after that. And so we're all in this phase of like, whatever's next for us is a blank slate. That means we get to create and decide and define for ourselves what's coming up on this screen of our lives next. And that's like so cool and exciting. But here's why this is an easy week, is because the guidance that I'm hearing for us is that for this week, right, just September 16 to 22, or whenever you stumble across this video, is to leave the screen blank. So there's this phrase I hear a lot as an entrepreneur in like the entrepreneurial circles about move the needle. You've always got to be moving the needle forward. You always have to be making forward progress. You always have to be like next, 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 next. But our guides are saying like, you know what, for the next week, you so don't have to be like, what's next, forward progress, forward progress. We all just made a ton of forward progress, and a lot of us have been making like slow and steady progress all year. So this week is like, just let that screen be blank and enjoy your life and how far you've come, and just show up and do your day-to-day things, and don't worry or be concerned about the design yet. Like, you just get to enjoy that right now. Ooh, you get to create it, but you don't have to right now. And sort of like stand and look at this blank slate and this screen and be like, I can put anything I want on there. And I'm just going to enjoy that idea right now. Like, I don't have to do anything, and I'm actually not going to do anything right now. But if you're super compelled, you're like, oh my God, Kathy, I have to put something up on my blank screen or I'm going to like go crazy. Then what you're invited to do is to put up on the screen images about things about you that are already amazing, things you've already accomplished, things that make you uniquely you and no one else, things that make you that beautiful expression of source energy that can only be you. So you can do this with me right now, or you can do it like throughout the week. So as you look at this blank screen in front of you, the first thing you want to do is just light it up with your favorite color. And stand there and just look at your favorite color and be like, oh my gosh, I love that color so much. And then like wipe it off or turn it off, or like whatever makes sense in your mind for the imagery. I kind of imagine like that it just kind of like falls down. But maybe you shake it like an etch-a-sketch or erase it with your hand. And now, knowing that you have a favorite color, but there's lots of beautiful colors in the world, look at the screen and light it up with some other beautiful color that totally like just brings you joy. Maybe it's solid, maybe it's like an ombre or a rainbow type color shade, maybe there's some pattern or texture to it. And again, just be like, yeah, I love that. That's just so who I am. And then erase it, shake it, wipe it off, whatever you need to do, let it go back to blank. And then fill the screen up with like shapes and signs and symbols that speak to your heart. Like some people love, finding heart-shaped rocks on the beach, or some people love feathers or dragonflies or dolphins or the Om symbol or the peace symbol, whatever it is. You might just put one big giant one of those up on your screen, or maybe you fill it up with a whole bunch of them. And then just stand there and be like, oh my gosh, I love finding those heart rocks on the beach. Or, oh my gosh, I love seeing rainbows in the sky. I love when a dragonfly cruises by me. Whatever it is for you, right? This is your celebration week of who you are and the accomplishments you've made. The next one I love, okay, so clear your screen again. The next one I love because it's so playful, and it's really about embracing that energy and feeling we had as children, where there were no contradictions and anything was possible. So the next thing you can do with your blank screen, if you want to put something up on it, if you want to leave it blank, leave it blank. But if you want to put something up on your screen, pop yourself into one of your favorite movie scenes or TV scenes with like your favorite characters, and like start to interact with them and change the scene and do whatever you want to do. Like for me, when that came up for the guidance, I immediately like jumped into the scene where Fiona in the movie Shrek is doing like her straight up ninja moves with Robin Hood and the Merry Men. That scene, the first time I saw it, it caught me so off guard, and I thought it was so awesome and hysterical that like I wanted to be in there with her, like karate chopping the Merry Men or whatever. So like do that, get in there and be playful with your favorite movies or TV shows. Just because this is about celebrating and delighting in who you are. Okay, like one more example, but you could just, you can go on infinitely with lighting up your screen with images and pictures and whatever of the things you love. But again, embracing that childhood feeling of like anything is possible, like when you were little and you wanted to be a ballerina who was also a writer and an astronaut and a mother. And it was not like this or that. It was all of this. And you knew in your heart you could be all of that. So put up on your screen either those playful childhood images or who you are now that's all of that. Like for me, I'm a yogi and a yoga instructor, and I'm a wife and a mom to my pets, and I'm a clairvoyant, right? And all of these different things. And I'm someone who loves going to Disneyland. So I'm not going to put all of that in a roller coaster and like put my hands up and yell and like play. So there are so many things you can put on the screen that have nothing to do with forward momentum or creating what's next. Don't hear that we're never going to do that, guys. We are going to do that, but this week is either just blank and like savoring that you have a blank screen to create on in a little bit, but right now you don't have to, you get a break, or putting up your celebratory images. Okay? So I do have a channeled message to go along with the energy reading this week. And it's interesting because I thought that this was the message for last week. And then like not even 5 minutes before we started, I channeled a whole new message last week. So this is really lovely. And what's interesting, guys, if you're new to me, when I channel the messages, I put them here in our book. I'm going to move that. This is orange calcite, by the way. I'm just going to move that off to the side so we have some room for my book. And generally when I channel messages, I'm going really fast and my handwriting is like super messy. And with this one, it's so fascinating because instead of printing, I wrote in cursive, and it looks completely different. It's like big and open and really neat and really clean. So even as the energy flowed through me, you could feel that it was really different. And so I'm going to like slow things way down as I read this message, because that was also how it flowed through. It came out like really just slow and easy and gentle. So, and it's short for this week. So here we go. It says, slow, graceful loops by hand we write. Not all needs to be fast. Slow and gentle like a soft breeze, ease is restored. When ease is restored, manifestation flows effortlessly. By our hand it is so. Be easy, be slow, be kind, be generous, be accepting. The grace of the universe is yours to hold and behold. It is written, so be it. This message is complete. We love you. Amen. And so it's really lovely about saying like it's okay to be slow this week. And again, we don't have to be caught up in that forward momentum. There's been so much change and so much propulsion that this is a week of just ease and steady and slow and kind, and like really give yourself permission to enjoy that and celebrate it. You've done so much this year. I mean, you've done so much in your life, but this year especially, you've done so much. And so really like be glad and be easy this week. We're using a little bit of a different deck for wrapping up the message with some inspiration and whatnot. This is a deck called the Mother Piece. I know this backwards for you guys because of the rear view camera. But this is actually a tarot deck as opposed to an oracle deck. When I was looking at my oracle decks today, I was like, not really feeling any of them, and I'm getting a sense it's time for a new deck and some new energy, and I'll definitely be doing that soon. But this is a really cool tarot deck. The images are like super like wild woman, like nature goddess type women. It's really cool, and it's actually one that I will pull for myself from time to time. So I thought, you know what, let's use this one today instead of an oracle deck. Yeah, and it's round. Isn't that cool? It's like super small. Well, yeah, it's a fun deck. Check it out. So let me just give it a quick shuffle. I did shuffle it before we hopped on. And then when I work individually with people one-on-one, I invite them to tell me where in the deck the card is. And when it's us here on video, sometimes what I'm looking for is a natural break in the deck, and I kind of see one right about there, but it's wanting to no, there we go. Okay, let's see what we got today, guys. So this is the Empress. I'm just taking a look at her to kind of soak her in. Check her out, the Empress. So there she is in the middle, and she's just kind of like, I'm pretty fabulous. Like, that's the energy I'm picking up off of her right away. She's like, I'm fabulous, and you can just surround my fabulous self with your energy. But I don't know a lot about her, so I am going to take a peek into the guidebook that comes along with the deck and see what her message is for us. Okay, so the Empress represents prosperity thinking and the very real power of positive imagination. What's out there comes around is a magical saying about manifestation. I'm going to take just a quick pause because in the guidebook today, in the channeled message today, it was talking about if we can just be slow and easy, manifestation is going to unfold. And this message is that manifestation is going to unfold. You just have to envision it and think that you deserve it. It says that's not always an easy task, and that's why the coinciding message is to be really easy and to be really gentle and not necessarily fill in that screen right away, so that you can be really certain about what it is you're going to manifest next, and that you really know in your heart you deserve all of that and more. Let your desire for harmony influence your thought forms and your wishes. And that harmony could be just within yourself. It can be harmony within your family or the people you love. It can be harmony at your workplace or harmony in the world. So again, this is why we're being invited to not rush into filling in the blank slate that we're in front of, but to be gentle and easy so that like the things that we love and the things that we would love to come into fruition can do so easily. And you are, if there's anything I can tell you, you are far more powerful than you give yourself permission to be. And that's kind of what the Empress is about. It's like right? I was like, she knows she's badass, and she is just like there, like imagining and dreaming everything she ever desired into reality. And that's what you will do gradually. We're not going to rush into that. We're going to be really easy and allow it to come over the next couple of weeks, but it'll come really naturally if we're not forcing it. So thank you so much for tuning in, whether you watched live or you're catching this later. I value and appreciate you guys so super much. And right before I hop off, I wanted to let you know I have 2 spots left open for this afternoon's mini messages session. If you want to join our worldwide soul tribe and get private, individualized messages. You can hook up there, or you can catch me in a one-on-one session by going over to my website, kathy-weiss.com, and clicking work with me, again, to get personalized channeled messages, guidance, and wisdom delivered right to you. I love and value and appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for being here, and I will see you again next Monday for your weekly energy reading. Have a beautiful, easy, clean week, you guys. I love you. Namaste. Bye twice. Bye.